Zacks Rank Buys, stocks with a short-term buy or strong buy recommendation. Now, here are more Zacks Rank Buys. Time to analyze a couple of aggressive growth stocks now with Bill Wilton, our aggressive growth stock analyst at Zacks.com. And here's one that you've written about recently that I've never heard of. But that doesn't mean anything because I've never heard of a lot of these. Solutia Incorporated, SOA, the ticker symbol?
Yeah, usually as far as these aggressive growth stocks go, I like to go for some of the lesser known stocks as often as I can because they're often just as a compelling story as some of the better known companies, but because they're less known, usually you can get a better value flying in under the radar. As far as Solutia goes, they do engineered products for consumer and industrial uses. Nylons, polymers, things like that, all sorts of different applications.
So they're a chemical company?
Yeah, you'd call them like maybe a specialty engineered chemical engineering company, but they focus on those materials. They just reported their quarterly estimates on January 27th. They absolutely knocked it out of the park. They saw sales increase about 10% on a year-over-year basis, which led to them more than doubling the consensus estimate. They reported 45 cents when analysts were only expecting about 18 cents. So it was a great quarter for them. Estimates were rising heading into that report. And given that it was just a few days ago, we really haven't had as much time for all the analysts to get back to us with their new estimates, but I anticipate that to keep climbing. Shares remain a good value. We're trading at about 14 times the forward earnings. And the price-to-sales ratio is at 0.93, which is below the norm for the industry. So things are going well for them. Here you can see there's still a Zacks rank number one, but I see that maintaining for a while as those estimates come in, like I said. Here's a chart. You can see the reaction that we got off that earnings estimate revision. Stock went on to set a new 52-week high, and right now it's looking like they're going to be able to maintain that level. As you can see, the share price has, it's put some pressure on that gap that it gapped up through, but the shares are pretty resilient right now. Some of the volatility is dissipating, and shares look like they're headed higher.
Is this a small cap?
Yeah.
All right. And then Tempur-Pedic, there's a recognizable name, TPX, the ticker symbol. They make mattresses.
Mattresses and pillows. They're best known for their, their patented formula, that they use for those foam mattresses. Surprisingly, for such an expensive product, you'd think they'd be struggling right now, but things are going really well for them. They saw sales rise 29% year over year, which is a fantastic increase for anybody, especially, you could almost call this a luxury consumer good because they are quite expensive, and a mattress is something that people will often put off. They also managed to improve their profit margin by 550 basis points to about 48.5%. So they're running pretty efficiently there, which is also good to see. You've got increased sales, better profitability. That's just a winning mix. So it's no surprise that we saw earnings per share come in at 38 cents, which is more than double the level they were at 1 year ago. They did only beat by a penny, but that is good enough for their 7th straight earnings surprise. Here you can see, they are also maintaining their number one rank. They've had it for a while. They were, the same situation as Solutia. Earnings report was fairly recently, so keep our eye on those estimates. Make sure they keep coming in to the upside. The interesting thing about Tempur-Pedic, we didn't see as big of a jump off of that earnings report because they pre-announced preliminary results about a month prior to that. So here I've highlighted that spike that we saw. Estimates came back down to about the level they were at before that pre-announcement. So now that that's been confirmed and it's official, I'm looking for shares to go higher from here.
Do you own either of these two?
I do not.
All right, check out more Zacks Rank Buy stock ideas on our homepage at Zacks.com. And we tell you this all the time. We put 4 new ones up there for you daily, one in each of the investing categories written about on Zacks.com. With Bill Wilton, I'm Terry Ruffalo.